yung kakulangan pa rin sa pagsasalita at pagbabasa at paggagamit ng Ingles, no? And well, it's a phenomenon, I guess, because especially in this country, sayang, because that's something that we speak proudly of.
Yeah,
that's something that we are known for all around, diba? But then it's not too late, and you feel that putting English back into school will solve all of this?
Partly. It also depends on the style of teaching. Like, for example, if you try to look at many of the schools, no, majority of the faculty members in many of our schools, the teaching style is still the teacher-centered style, meaning you keep on talking.
And they listen one
and
way.
And the students will listen. So it's really very teacher-centered. So, like, for example, in an STI, what we do is we train our faculty to be more student-centered. That means there has to be an active participation. Remember, the use of the communication of English also entails that you're supposed to be confident. Hindi lang marunong ka ng proper grammar, proper sentence construction, but may worth. What you're saying is something that's worth saying. So you have to give the kids confidence.
So you like them to engage in conversation.
Yes,
there has to be kailangan may balikan.
So if you're just going to keep on talking, let's say if you meet them 3 hours a week and you just keep on talking, very teacher-centered style of teaching, I don't think it's going to work. It's just more of the listening that you're training them, not the communication, the speaking part. So we have the teachers to not just take control of the entire class. It's not supposed to be a monologue. Students should be encouraged to participate, more collaborative work.
When we talk of good communication skills, what do we mean anyway? What skills are we looking at? Are we looking at the use of vocabulary? Are we looking at the diction, the delivery, the tone of voice? Kasali ba lahat yun?
Yes, it's a mixture of all.
It's a mixture of all.
What's the most important? Okay ba yung di bali na kung medyo simple lang yung English mo, basta maganda yung pagbigkas mo, you say it properly, and the construction is correct, even if the vocabulary is not highfalutin, or is it the other way around? Kahit na pangit pakinggan, pero talagang mabigat naman yung gamit mo ng English, which is more important?
Actually, it depends upon the objective.
Again, it depends.
Yeah. Kasi communication ang objective mo is to communicate or get things through.
Yeah.
Either by listening or by speaking. So, kung objective mo is to be understood by your
audience.
Speak their language.
That in itself is a skill, to know how to get across, to communicate.
Yeah, for example, his example about physics, two trains colliding, hindi pala maintindihan yung problem. The problem lies pala in the yung problem talaga hindi nila maintindihan. Meaning it's useless. They know how to mathematically solve the problem, but yung tanong, yung question is actually the factor na missing. Comprehension.
From your clients, from those who are looking for job seekers, where you're trying to match them, the employer to the employees, what do they require of the new hires?
Basic is the walang masyadong what do you call this, P and F defect, mga lisp.
P and F. Yung nagbabaliktad.
Yes.
Okay, I get it.
For call centers, for call centers. Also, comprehension is very important for them. And yung tone of voice at saka listening skills. Very important ang listening skills. Lalong-lalo ng BPOs.
What do you mean by tone of voice?
Tone of voice, kasi merong tone of voice na can be understood easily over the phone. Merong tone of voice na kahit maganda yung boses mo, natural setting, pag sa phone pangit, even though you pronounce it well, iba yung dating sa phone.
So, natututunan ba yan? Or you're just lucky to have it? Some people have it, some people don't?
Actually, in JobsDB, we have this English chat room that, for example, may mismatch yung skill sets. Ang kulang na lang, let's say, communication skills. Pinapadala muna namin yung mga agents doon before we re-endorse the agents to different call centers. At least, ready sila. Sabi nga ni Mr. Andaya, hindi mo matuturo overnight, but at least trainable.
And what is the hardest to, What is the hardest to teach? Where do you find the challenge?
Pronunciation.
The P and the F, and the V and the B and the P, and ano pa ba?
Yeah, we have to be practical because we have several dialects. Aside from that, we meron tayong mga punto, mga accents, different accents.
Utilization.
Yes. So, yung pronunciation is a very big factor sa communication.
But on the bright side, I think if you hear the correct pronunciation enough, you're bound to pick it up, right? If you have good listening skills.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty easy problem to overcome, I think. And you, sir, what do you find is something that really is considered a challenge as far as improving English here among our job seekers?
Well, the challenge is like what we're doing at STI is that we have to encourage the students to use English even outside the classroom. Make them comfortable, conversational.
It's the
English.
confidence and
because they can speak English, but you will notice na it's not natural. That they can speak, they can recite. If you ask them to recite, they can talk.
They can
they can, but it's not natural. It's not conversational. So you have to encourage them to try to use it outside. So like what we're doing, many of our schools are implementing a program called Spoken English Environment Program. It's a program wherein we encourage our students, faculty, staff, even though they're outside, especially if there's official dealings like requesting for a transcript, that they have to speak in English. Make them comfortable. Of course, at the start, it's kind of hard to implement. Siyempre, many of our kids are coming from the public high school. So when you start speaking English, social. Like if it's like from a class A school, like La Salle Ateneo, it's going to be normal. Like everybody's
But then I guess
speak.
if you put them all together,
but as the years go by, they start to become comfortable.
Get them more comfortable and improve their diction.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Andaya, Mr. Andaya, VP for Academics of STI, and Alvin Cruz, Business Development of JobsDB. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And coming up, we will talk about what the Commission on Higher Education and the Academe, what do they have to say? That we will talk about when Karina Today returns. And this is ANC's Prime Time Talk Show, where we speak with men of the hour, celebrities of the day, and flavors of the month. These are the people who make a difference in your lives, and we make it our business to get to ask your questions now. Catch our show Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. with repeats at 11 p.m. on Mondays and 12 midnight on Wednesdays and Saturdays. On behalf of Corina Sanchez, I am Chiki Roa Puno asking your questions now. We will see you again on Wednesday or on Monday. Wednesday. Until then, have a good one.